Hey, what's up everyone? PersNikity here. Welcome back to the Uncharted 4 Crushing Difficulty walkthrough, and we're going to be moving on to Chapter 20, No Escape. Now, this is a tough chapter, I'm not going to lie. This is one of the tougher chapters in the game, if not the toughest. You're going to look at the length of the video. It's about 45 minutes long, and I'm going to tell you right now that the first 30 minutes, 35 minutes maybe, is almost all combat. You're just going to be jumping from firefight to firefight. It is tough. Namely, though, it's the first fight that's the toughest. If you can get past the first fight, you're good. You'll be fine. But it is the first fight that's the toughest. I spent a good hour or two on it, and unfortunately, there's not a foolproof strategy to this fight. Trust me, I tried numerous approaches, or maybe I just couldn't find one. But I'm going to show you what I considered the best way to do it, and it's the way that ultimately led to me beating the section. But it's going to be really early on in the level, actually. The fight is going to be the first thing you do. But yeah, I'm going to just tell you right now, get ready. It's pretty long. The good news is if you can beat this level, you're going to be able to beat the game on crushing. No problem. But you just got to get past this fight here. Now what's going to happen is, this is where the fight starts, and you'll get a checkpoint as soon as it starts. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to speed up this video, because this was what I did. So I thought, oh, I'm going to slide over to this thing here, but you can see that the cover is actually destructible. So what I tried to do was I tried to find a little sneak around, and I decided to jump down into the water to see if I could perhaps sneak past all these enemies, but it just didn't work. So now I'm just going to restart the chapter, and this is where you're going to respawn. So that's why I wanted to include that, because if you die, which you probably will at least once, this is where you're going to respawn. So right off the respawn, you're going to want to look down and kill as many of those guys down there as you can. Now remember, like I said, the cover is destructible, so you're going to have to move at some point. But from this point, just try to kill as many of the guys as you can. I know that's obvious, but that's what you're just going to have to do. The more guys you can kill while in one cover position, the better, because then you have less to worry about when you have to move to a new cover position. Now you see what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop down here, I'm going to hide behind these boxes, and I'm going to take out some more of these guys. Now you got to be careful here with ammo. You really want to conserve as much ammo as you can, because I'm going to tell you right now, the ammo is pretty scarce. Alright, so I'm going to run up to these boxes. There's going to be a couple more enemies down below, so I'm going to go ahead and try to take them out. As usual, you don't really have to worry about the snipers right now. They're kind of your least threat. Instead, what you kind of want to do, try to take out all the regular soldiers. Just try to get them out of the picture, because those are the guys that are aggressive and that will rush you and everything like that. But the snipers, they can't hurt you unless you're out of cover for, 2 or 3 seconds. And another thing is, you'll notice I'm taking cover behind this pillar here. This is a really good spot for cover, because this is one of the few areas on the map that is not destructible. You can hide behind this pillar without it ever breaking. However, if an enemy decides to flank you on the left, or if an enemy crawls up, they can kill you. Now there is a gun down here you can pick up with 34 rounds in it, so I highly recommend you do that. I don't remember the name of the gun, but it's a pretty heavy, it's a pretty good machine gun. So once you run out of ammo, you might want to drop down and pick this one up. Alright, so now I'm going to notice one thing too. Notice how I'm staying back. I'm not charging the map, and the reason for that is because if you go too far forward, the next wave of enemies is going to spawn, and the next wave of enemies is going to have 2 of the heavily armored guys with turrets, maybe even 3 of them. I can't remember at the moment. But the point is, you do not want to have to take that on. You do not want to have to take that on down there. So notice how I crawled back up here. This location that I'm in right now, this is your safe zone. Now, granted, there's no ammo up here, so once you run out of ammo, the zone is going to be safe, but it's not very effective. But this is your safe zone. If an enemy starts to get too aggressive and tries to rush you, once the heavily armored enemies show up, then you might want to run back here. But you'll notice how I ran back here to take care of those last 2 snipers, because the next wave of enemies, they'll spawn in 2 conditions. One is if you go too far forward. The other is if you kill all the guys in the first wave. So you'll notice here, I'm about to kill the last guy in the first wave. He's dead. That means the next wave of enemies is about to spawn, and they're going to spawn over there at the other end of the map where I'm aiming right now. That's where they're going to come from. But again, they might not come until I move too far forward. So it seemed to be kind of inconsistent, actually. Sometimes they would just spawn by themselves. Sometimes they would spawn if I went too far forward. So it's kind of inconsistent, but I think more often than not they'll only spawn once you move up a certain amount. So you might want to just plan on that. So you see, I ran up to this zone just to be safe. I wanted to make sure that if they did spawn, they couldn't get to me. Okay, so but once now that I killed all the enemies in the first wave, I'm just being patient. I'm making sure that they're not going to spawn. And then after about 30 seconds, I realized, okay, I'm pretty safe in the position I'm in. So you're going to want to stock up on grenades. Those are going to come in handy with the heavily armored guys. Again, try to find as much ammo as you can. You're going to want to pick up the gun that has the most ammo, because ammo is going to be very scarce coming up, and you're going to see I have quite a couple close calls. But now what I'm going to do, this part's very careful. You got to be safe here. I have to move far enough forward to trigger the next wave of enemies, but I also have to get ready to run back at a moment's notice so that I can get back to my safe zone, because that's the place where I'm going to want to fight these guys. So again, I'm just kind of being overly cautious here. I'm not sure where the enemies are going to spawn, or I know where the enemies spawn, but I don't know where they spawn relative to where I am. So I don't know how far up I have to go in order to spawn these guys. So I'm just going to kind of creep up little by little. You'll notice that I picked up the sniper rifle. I found a little bit more ammo. That's a helpful weapon because what you can do is the heavily armored guys, they have helmets. So if you can use the sniper rifle to shoot off their helmet, then you can use any old regular gun to shoot them in the head, and it should be a typical headshot. But the enemies are going to come from right here. That's why I'm kind of pre-aiming. But you see, it's really nerve-wracking because they're going to spawn at any second. In fact, I'm kind of surprised they didn't spawn already. But like I said, sometimes you just have to move up to a certain distance before they'll actually start to spawn. So you see here, finally, there's a red laser sight. They have spawned, and so now I got to be really careful. So what I'm going to do at first is I'm going to just try to take out as many guys as I can. But you see there's these guys that rush you. That's where my grenades come in handy. I'm going to go ahead and kill them with the grenades. That way they can't rush me. Now the only thing I have to worry about is these heavily armored guys. They do have turrets, so they are a huge threat. And you'll notice I just used all 4 of my grenades to try to kill all the small guys. So you can pick and choose. One thing you can do is you can save your grenades only for the big guys, or you can use your grenades for the little guys. That way you can save all your ammo for the big guys. So it depends, you know, just whatever feels more comfortable with you. But you'll notice here I'm sprinting all the way back to my cover, to my safety zone. So I'm in a pretty good position here. I have a grenade, I have some ammo, and I killed most of the little guys with my grenade, so the only guy I have to worry about are the heavily armored turret guys. And in this position here, they can't hurt you. They cannot get up to this location, and yeah, so I don't really have to worry about them. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the sniper. Now you see there's a guy with a grenade launcher that you got to be careful of. Again, that's why I came back to this safe zone. My cover is a mountain, so I have no worry of destructible cover. I'm not hiding behind boxes or anything. So just kind of be cautious, hang out back here. You'll see that the grenade launcher guy kind of walked right into my scope, so I took him out. Now you see these 2 guys off in the distance. I don't know what they were doing, but I took advantage of their stupidity and took them out. And at this point, I've pretty much killed all the little guys, I believe. So you see here's one of the big guys. I shot his helmet off. So now what I'm going to try to do is finish the job with my regular gun. Because his helmet is off, I should be able to get a regular headshot. Now, this part right here really kind of made me mad. I feel like he should have died because I'm shooting him right in the head. So I feel like this is a bit unfair. I think he definitely should have been killed right there. But I'll just go ahead. I just wasted all that ammo, but I'll finish the job with my sniper rifle. But now you see the problem I'm in. I only have 1 sniper shot left, which means I can shoot this guy's helmet off, but I won't have another round to get the headshot kill. So this is the tough spot I was talking about. Again, this wouldn't have happened if I hadn't just wasted all my ammo on that micro pistol. So you might want to learn from my mistakes and not do that. But it's going to be the same thing here. So there you see I shot the guy's helmet off. So from here it should be a really easy thing. I even threw a grenade at him, and somehow that didn't kill him. So at this point I was really frustrated because I spent quite a bit of time doing this fight, and now I have no ammo, I have no grenades, and I'm pretty much screwed. But as is the case with hardest difficulty playthroughs, this is where you have to adapt. This is where you have to kind of innovate and come up with a new approach. So right now, what you're seeing is me thinking. I'm trying to think, okay, what can I do to survive this? I literally have nothing, and there's even a small guy down there. So even if I try to jump down there and pick up a weapon, I'm going to have to deal with that small guy. So it's a tough spot, and I hope you don't find yourself in this spot, but if you do, I'm going to show you exactly what you can try to do. Now keep in mind, it's going to be hard, and like I said, there's no foolproof strategy. You're just going to have to go for it. You're going to have to take a risk. Now, like I said, maybe you were able to kill the guy with a headshot. I feel like I did that, but the game did not agree with me, so I ended up wasting a lot of ammo. I also threw a grenade right on him that somehow did not kill him. So I had a couple, just unfortunate things happen. Whether or not they happen to you, we'll see. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make my way down to ground level. I got to be really careful here because this guy's just going to be unloading on me. All I need is one bullet. I need one bullet to get a headshot, and I can kill him. Now, unfortunately, there was no more ammo left on that little yellow case right there, so that kind of sucked. I just picked up an assault rifle, so I'm going to try to go for the headshot here. And believe it or not, I missed every single shot. So right there, I should have done it. I should have got the headshot. I hope you're able to get the headshot. But now, once again, like I said, I'm just going to have to I'm going to have to adapt. I'm going to have to do something to get out of this situation. So I'm going to make another jump for it. I'm going to have to go down to ground level and hope I can pick up a fallen soldier's weapon. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pick up a weapon, take cover, get rid of this little guy as quickly as I can. But again, I ran out of frickin' ammo, but took him out. So now you can see I have 3 grenades that I picked up. All I got to do is finish the job. And I mean, look how unfair this is. This guy just keeps dodging my grenades. I was getting so nervous here. I just feel like this was really unfair. Or maybe it was on me. Maybe I was being a bit sloppy. But finally, with my last grenade, I took him out. So that's a hard fight, guys. Don't get me wrong. There's no easy way to do it. You just got to kind of grit your teeth and try it. You're going to have to scrounge for ammo, grenades. Try to be a bit more conservative than I was, maybe. But I still kind of feel like I had some headshots that the game did not properly register, which I find a bit unfair. But that's just what you got to deal with. But anyway, like I said, that fight right there, that's probably the hardest part in the game. If you can get past that fight, you're good. You're going to be able to beat the game on crushing. There's a Barrack 44 right there, strongest weapon in the game, so make sure you pick that up. There's also a China Lake from the guy I killed. You might want to take that with you. I'll leave that up to you. I'm going to go ahead and take it with me. So I have a Barrack and a China Lake, 2 very, very powerful weapons that are going to help me in the future firefights coming up. Now over here in the corner, there's actually a flintlock. That's a pirate pistol. I'm going to actually come back here for that later on because you're going to see I'm going to run into another scenario where I don't really have a lot of ammo. But anyway, once you are satisfied with the grenades and the ammo that you have, you're going to go ahead and make your way across the beach here and into the pirate ship. Like I said, we're basically going to be going through about 30 to 35 minutes of straight combat. It really is a tough level. It's just gunfight after gunfight after gunfight. It's hard, but you just got to get through it. And if you can get through it, Chapter 21 is a breeze. Chapter 22 is not hard, and the epilogue is just an epilogue. It's nothing to worry about. Now, see, you don't want to do what I did. I just wasted 3 shots in my Barrack. That is unacceptable. So please do better than I did, because I'm honestly embarrassed to have done that. That was ridiculous. Alright, so the other thing though is this fight here, this inside the pirate ship, this is a really easy fight. The enemies aren't that aggressive. You can kind of just stay back. There's plenty of ammo. You should have grenades. The benefit of picking up the China Lake is you're going to see right here, like, they're in pretty close quarters. I mean, we are inside of a small pirate ship, so if you use the grenade launcher, you have a good chance of killing multiple enemies with one shot. So that's one of the benefits of getting the China Lake before this fight. That's actually why I picked it up. But again, that's kind of up to you. If you're not comfortable using a grenade launcher, like if you're just not that good with it, then you might not want to use it. But so there you see, that fight is really a piece of cake. There's only a handful of enemies in here. There's not a whole lot of room to throw grenades because the ceiling is really low, so you probably won't have to worry about that. So now you're just going to kind of stick with the golden rule of Uncharted. After every fight, try to find the best ammo that you can. Try to find as much ammo as you can. That'll always help you. So I'm going to actually, I just saw a China Lake grenade up here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to pick that up. Bring it with me to my next fight. Of course, now I can't find it. There it is. Alright, so at least I found some ammo for that. And so now I have the Raffica, but I wanted a little more power. So I'm actually going to run back to where that flintlock was, and I'm going to pick that up. Now, this is completely optional. In fact, the flintlock, if I remember correctly, it didn't even really help me that much, but I just wanted to go with power. I wanted to try to get as many one-hit kills as I could. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the flintlock, but you see here it has hardly any ammo in it. But my mindset was, you know, you can pretty much find a Raffica anywhere, but you can't find the flintlock in a lot of places. So that's why I thought, well, I'll bring the flintlock with me, use it to the best of my abilities, and then I'll just pick up a Raffica off a dead soldier or something. So, again, completely optional, just a player's choice type of thing. But at the time, it seemed like the smart thing for me to do. And you can see there's tons of grenades lying around, so you shouldn't have any problem stocking up on a full supply of grenades. Now, once you're ready to go, you're going to go ahead and move this barrier here, and we're going to basically move on to the third firefight. Like I said, you're just going to jump from fight to fight here. There's really no breathers. Alright, so this fight, you're going to be kind of storming the beach here. Now, you're going to want to try to run up to a piece of cover as fast as you can, but you might end up dying like I did. I wanted to leave the death in there so I could show you. You're going to respawn a little bit closer to the boxes, so that should help you stay alive. Sometimes I like to include the deaths just so you can see where you'll respawn, because sometimes knowing where you'll respawn, that can actually help you, because you're able to kind of have a plan of attack and figure out where the best place or where the closest place to take cover is. Now, luckily, I took the China Lake with me. That's a very good weapon against those heavy shotgun guys, so I was able to take them out without much of a problem. But now you can see I'm down to one bullet in my grenade launcher, and even though it's a fantastic weapon, I don't necessarily want to rush into a fight with only one grenade, so you might want to change weapons. Again, I'm usually not a fan of using the shotgun because it's just, you know, it's hardly ever that I'm at close range. But in this case, I had so much ammo lying around for it that I figured why not. But I ended up not even using the flintlock because I wanted to have a pistol on me that could shoot long range. Because since I have to go in the next fight with the shotgun, I wanted to have one weapon that could at least be helpful at medium to long range. So again, all this is player choice. You want to pick the weapons you're best with, that you're most comfortable with. So I'll leave that decision up to you. But just know that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so now you're going to be in this location here. You're going to see a cut in the video because you do get a checkpoint here. And I did die, I think, twice on this fight. So you're going to see a cut in the video. And now the enemies are aware of my location. Now this fight here, this is kind of just a standard fight. There's some good cover. There's a lot of enemies, but there's a lot of places to kind of hide. So just get through this one. No real strategy. Just, you know, this is kind of a standard Uncharted fight. Obviously, you might want to move around a little bit. Since the cover is destructible, it's always smart to not stay in one place for too long. But do notice how I'm not being overly aggressive. I'm kind of staying at the back end of the map, and the enemies will come to you, or the enemies will at least make themselves visible. So like that guy over there, I had no idea he was over there, but he was stupid enough to peek his head out and show me. Now you're going to see a heavy guy right here. I kind of wasted a grenade on him right there, but I was able to blow his helmet off, so that means with my pistol I can maybe just get a nice clean headshot and take him down quickly. The only problem with this map is that so there's that headshot. The only problem with this map is that there are enemies shooting at you from a lot of different locations. They're shooting at you from the left, from the center, from the right. So it's really hard to keep track of all the enemies. But eventually, you should be able to take them all out. Now right there, that enemy had a Barrack 44. Once again, strongest weapon in the game, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. And now I'm going to say goodbye to the shotgun because I always prefer to have an assault rifle on me if I have the choice. So, you know, back there I didn't have the choice. I needed to use the shotgun, and sometimes you just got to do that. But if you have a choice, I always prefer to go with the assault rifles. And the only thing you see here, again, just the golden rule. After every fight, look around for grenades, look around for ammo, because it can be somewhat tough to come by. But anyway, once you're ready to go, you're going to meet Elena over in that location right there. And now we're going to meet up with Sam, who is the idiot that dragged us into this whole mess. So, thanks a lot, Sam. Alright, so go ahead and follow Sam up. And once again, like I said, you're just going to jump from fight to fight here. So as soon as you do meet up with Sam, you're going to be ambushed and you're going to have to deal with another fight. So what you're going to want to do, take cover on the right side here. Take out that RPG guy first, and that's why you want to pick up the Barrack 44. It's a one-hit kill from super far distances, so you can take care of that guy at the very beginning of the fight without wasting much ammo. So at least now that the RPG guy is taken care of, there's not much of a threat to worry about. The only thing you got to really pay attention to is the grenades. So they're going to try to throw grenades in here at you. If that happens, just roll around to the opposite side of the room. This room is big enough to where you should be able to dodge the grenades without much of a problem. Now you see I just took out 3 guys with 3 shots from the Barrack. Unfortunately, I wasted my last 2 shots. That could have made my life a lot easier. So with the Barrack, always just try to be as accurate as possible. Like, I know that's common sense. You want to be 100% accurate. But with the Barrack, you really kind of want to pay attention to that. And just, if there's a shot that you're not sure you can take, maybe don't take it. Maybe just wait until you get a little bit closer. Alright, but you see here, again, I'm not being overly aggressive. I think the key to these fights is just to be a bit patient, be cautious, and be a bit more on the defensive side. So that's why I'm kind of staying back in this room here. Another reason for that is because there's not a whole lot of great cover up ahead, but this pole here, this is indestructible. So anytime you can find an indestructible piece of cover, that's always a wise choice. And all I'm doing here is I'm just trying to get the enemies to be more aggressive than I am. So I'm trying to get the enemies to rush me so that I don't have to rush them. So you see this guy, he actually fell into that trap. He kind of ran up here. He was all the way back there, but he ran all the way up here. Sometimes, though, you just got to move. Sometimes the enemies are going to stay where they are, and there's nothing you can do about it. So that's why I'm going to move up here. Tried to take that guy out with a grenade. Somehow he did not die, even though it was literally right under his crotch. So I don't know, I feel like I got the short end of the stick in a lot of these encounters in this level. But that's what hardest difficulties are all about. You know, you got to adapt, and that's what makes them fun. That's what makes them a challenge, and that's why I do this. But there you go, one guy down. Now there's just the second guy off in the shadows over there. I'm running really low on ammo at this point, but luckily I was able to take him out. And so now, like I said, golden rule, just go ahead and stock up on all the ammo you can find, any grenades, anything like that. For this next fight, I will say that long-range weapons are your friend, so try to get an assault rifle instead of a shotgun. But there you go, Sam's going to give you that warning that now they're going to be shooting at you from across the way. There are going to be some guys, I believe, with grenade launchers or RPGs. Yeah, so you see right there, that guy. I was really lucky to be standing behind the box, otherwise that might have been a direct hit. Nevertheless, I got killed. Again, I kept that death in there so that I could show you exactly where you end up respawning. So you're going to respawn right here next to the RPG. So you might want to use that on them over there. Hopefully you'll be able to take out the RPG guy. Now in hindsight, I probably should have saved that for when all of these enemies spawned, because I might have been able to kill like 3 guys with 1 RPG shot. Unfortunately, I was not thinking ahead, so you might want to try that. I'll leave that up to you. But the point is, now I have my assault rifle. And so now I'm going to engage in the fight. Now the problem is, the pirate ship that they're on, it's tilted at an angle to where sometimes you can't actually kill the guys based on your position. So you see, like, you can see where their gunshots are coming from, but because of the angle of the ship, I can't actually shoot them from here. So what you have to do is, you can see that these giant masts are kind of falling over and creating like a bridge to the ship. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to cross this to kill those guys. But the problem is, while you're crossing it, you're basically coverless. You're just a sitting duck, and so they're going to be able to shoot you. So you're going to see what I decide to do here is I'm going to try to shoot these guys from the bridge, and you're going to see that I'm going to walk up just far enough to where I can shoot them. So you see right there, I was able to get a headshot on that guy. And again, I'm just going to kind of creep up just far enough to where I can actually make contact with them. I'm not going to go any further than that. And then the benefit is, if things get heated, if your health starts to get low, you can just run down here. And it works both ways. You know, if you're not able to shoot the enemy's also not able to shoot you. So if things get too hot, you can just kind of walk back down the bridge. Again, you see me doing it right here. And kind of just, you know, reset, refresh, take a breath. And then rinse and repeat. Try the same exact thing. Now, unfortunately, I'm running kind of low on ammo, and you're going to see that I come to a point where I no longer can find an assault rifle. So you see here, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the shotgun. I only picked it up because I was pretty confident I'd be able to find an assault rifle. You see there's one right there that I just walked over. But I think there was hardly any ammo in it, that's why I didn't pick it up. Alright, so all I'm trying to do here is I'm just trying to take out those last two guys before I cross the bridge. I'm even so desperate that I'm going to shoot my shotgun from this far away. You can see how many shots it's taking, and it's really having no success at all. Luckily, that grenade didn't kill me. I don't know who threw that grenade, but they should be playing sports because that was just insane accuracy. I really don't like this fight. This is not a fun fight. I don't like the fact that there's hardly any ammo, and I don't like the fact that the ship is tilted so that you're not really able to shoot them. Alright, but so now, same thing, I'm just going to kind of creep up. I got a headshot right there, so that was really helpful. That was the last guy, so now I'm going to go ahead and drop down here. Alright, so now more guys are going to spawn. And unfortunately down here, these boxes are all destructible, so you're going to want to take cover behind this wall instead, because this wall is indestructible. But yeah, at this point here, again, this fight is just kind of a standard fight. You're just going to have to kind of tough it out and survive your way through it. The good news is you will get a checkpoint, so I think you're going to see once again that I ended up dying, but I decided to leave in my death just so I could show you what to do off the respawn. Now you see right there, that grenade didn't even hurt that guy, which I think is really unfair. But just try to survive as long as you can, because you might not get the checkpoint, so you just want to make sure you tough it out. I'm just going to keep circling around this thing. I picked up the RPG, and I'm going to use this to take out the big guy. So now the big guy's down. I think I got one more guy up there to worry about, and that's when you'll get the checkpoint. So there you go. Checkpoint should occur right now. Now you gotta follow Sam, but you see here, I wanted to pick up some more ammo that I could bring with me into the next fight, but you're gonna be getting pinned down right here. There's just a lot of guys shooting at you. So you see right here, I tried to get all the ammo that I could, and then I was gonna run over to Elena. But I think I ended up getting killed once, so I'll show you exactly. I'll leave that in there, again, just to show you exactly what to do once you respawn. So you see right here, I was able to pick up 2 grenades. I really did need those grenades. You're going to want those grenades for the next fight. But then you see right here, it did cost me. So the good news is you'll get a checkpoint. So right off the respawn, you're going to want to be moving. You're going to want to pick up the grenades as fast as you can. Then you're going to want to run over to this red wall here. Take cover. And then once your health is good, go ahead and jump up, grab Elena's arm, and you'll be safe. Now, the real reason I did all that was just simply to get those 2 grenades, because those are going to come in handy in the next fight. The next fight can be really hard, but if you have grenades, it becomes very easy. That's why I recommend getting those 2 grenades. Even though it's tough and even though it can cause you to get killed, it definitely is worth it. Alright, so you're going to go ahead and swim up. And we only got one more fight. One more fight to deal with in this level, and then we'll be done. And this fight is actually really easy. Especially, like I said, if you have grenades, it becomes even easier. But before we get to that fight, you're just going to have to do a little bit of swimming. You're going to get separated from Sam and Elena, so this fight you're going to have to do by yourself. And it's going to be, so you're going to wash up ashore right here, and as soon as you pop out of the water, the guy's probably going to see you, so you're not going to really have a chance to do stealth here. So immediately get out of the water and take cover behind one of these fences or one of these, you know, blockades. Kill anyone that tries to flank you. And now, like I said, just stay back here. Don't move up too far yet, because if you move up too far, that's when more people are going to spawn. So that's why I'm just kind of staying back and taking out all the little guys first. Unfortunately, they are going to flush me out with grenades. That's okay. Just move up a little bit and try to take these 2 guys out without moving any further. 3 guys, actually, I should say. Now, again, you're going to want grenades here, so try to pick up grenades if you have the opportunity, because that's going to make your life a lot easier. So there's some grenades right there to pick up. Make sure you pick those up. Even if you didn't have a grenade coming into this fight, there's one right there. Now you're going to get this truck shooting at you. You can't worry about the truck right now. Instead, what I want you to worry about is the bunch of guys that's about to spawn. So again, get your grenades ready. And you're going to see in a second, there's going to be another truck that pulls up with a lot of enemies inside. I'm going to prep my grenade. I'm going to throw it right there. I'm going to throw 2 of them. And I'm just going to take all of those guys out as fast as I can. So you see right there, I ended up using all 3 grenades just to get those guys out of the picture as fast as possible. Then you're going to go ahead and pick up the RPG, shoot the truck a couple times, and there you go. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's going to be it for the gunfights. All you got to do now is you got to run away from the truck, and that's pretty easy. It's nothing too hard. Now, once again, real quick, golden rule, even though this is the last fight, I always just like to be safe. So I'm going to take as many grenades as I can. I'm going to get as much ammo as I can. And now I'm going to get ready to move on. Alright, so now that I'm ready to go, I'm going to storm the beach, and I'm going to go through this building right here. And now the next truck is going to start chasing you. So this truck has a really strong turret on you. There's no chance in hell for you to actually kill it until you get an RPG. So you just got to run away for it for now. So go ahead and run towards the screen. You got to do this fast. You can't wait too long, otherwise you'll get torn to shreds by the turret. Go now away from the camera, up those stairs. That can be really easy to miss. And then go ahead and climb this little tower. Climb it as fast. Again, you just want to move as fast as you can here. So jump up. Jump over to this rooftop here. You'll slide down. And now the truck will be back on your trail. So go ahead and keep running towards the camera. You're going to make a jump to the right. Now you're going to do a rope swing. Get on top of this platform. Jump, and then jump again. And get through this hole in the wall. Now drop down. And now once again you're going to have to run towards the camera, and then you're immediately going to want to take cover as fast as you can. So jump the wall. Try to get that building's corner in between you and the truck. Try to get this wall in between you and the truck just to save yourself some health. Jump the wall again. You are almost done. Very close. Alright, so now from here, once you gain control of Drake, run to these boxes back here. He's going to throw you down the RPG. Take cover, and now just shoot the truck a couple times, and you will be done with the combat in Uncharted 4. And then the only other piece of combat you're going to have to worry about is the Wraith boss fight in Chapter 22. But there you go. Truck's down, and the rest of the chapter is very simple. So go ahead and enjoy about a 2-3 minute cutscene, and then we'll get back to the gameplay.
Good to see you, kid.
Right in the nick of time.
Yeah, well, got a little antsy waiting around to hear from you two. No, we gotta find Sam and Elena still.
Hey!
Hey!
Are you okay?
Yeah.
We heard those explosions, we thought.
Yeah, that's all this guy.
You saved his ass again?
Naturally. How you doing?
Good. Good. There was some close calls, but, he covered me.
Hey. Hey. How's that?
Oh. Bullet grazed my shoulder.
Yeah.
You?
Cliffside. Grazed my face. So how'd you lose Rafe?
He led his crew right into one of Avery's traps.
Smart.
Hey, look. About the whole Alcazar thing.
Hey, we gotta save that for later, okay? Which way?
On the beach, other side of this town.
Okay.
Good. I hope all that ruckus didn't attract any attention.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry. What are we doing?
What do you think we're doing? We're getting the hell off of this rock.
Right, we could do that. Or we could head in that direction, which is a shortcut.
Shortcut to what?
To Avery's treasure.
Oh, wow.
I mean, Rafe's got to go all the way around, but we can
Hey,
just...
screw Rafe.
Hey, Victor, with all due respect, maybe just
You
leave
just
this...
don't know when to quit.
Look, we're all here for the same reason, right? Right?
We didn't come after the treasure. We came after you.
And I appreciate that. I do. But we're good. And we've got the lead for now. We can do this. Nathan, come on. Huh? Look around. Okay? Avery scuttled every last ship on this island. You know why?
Because he was hell-bent on keeping his treasure.
Exactly.
No matter the cost to the others around him.
Because he didn't want anyone to follow him. Because he was leaving. Look at this. Okay, I found his map of the island. Okay? That's his ship right under that mountain. That's where our treasure is. And it is exactly where Rafe is headed right now while we stand around here and argue like idiots.
What if he's already left the island and his ship sunk somewhere out there in the middle of the ocean?
Then we find out where it got sunk.
Oh, boy.
How long we been chasing this thing, huh? You and me. No offense to these guys. But they don't get it.
Actually, Sam, they do. They really do.
Okay.
Trust me, they've seen this kind of obsession before. Sam, we're not those kids anymore. We're not. And we got nothing to prove.
Victor, where's that plane?
Right this way.
Alright, so after the cutscene, the rest of the chapter, like I said, is really easy. It's just a matter of a little bit of obstacles, but no combat. And I think that's fair. I mean, we just went through like 35 straight minutes of nothing but gunfights, so I think we've earned a break. And like I said, that's it for the gunfights in this game. Chapter 20, I mean, the rest of this chapter has no fighting. Chapter 21 has no fighting, and Chapter 22 only has the Rafe boss fight, which is all done with swords. There's no guns. So, from this point on, you do not have to use a gun at all. The guns are obsolete. So, whether or not you think that's a good thing, it's at least a relaxing thing. Alright, so, once you get to this position, like I said, you're just going to basically have to get past a couple of obstacles here. There's a few treasures around here and whatnot that you can look for. Like I said in my walkthrough, I'm not doing that. So instead, what you're going to want to do is come over to this location, and you should be able to find a cart. And you're going to use that cart. So the cart's right here. You're going to use it to get up to that platform up ahead.
I jumped down from up there. It's too high to get back up.
Give me a hand, Sam.
All right?
And Sam's just going to take his sweet old time walking over. Drake's obviously struggling. and he's still not helping. So Sam is literally doing nothing right now. Oh, there he comes at the very end to help out. Thanks, Sam. That's really cool. Thank you for that. Alright, with the cart in place, go ahead and continue to make the climb up. Sully is actually beating you. I think that says something there. Or I guess Drake is pretty tired. He's gone through a lot more than Sully in this adventure. Sully really hasn't done much. I mean, Sully's obviously older, but Sully, all he's done is pilot the plane. I don't think he's held a gun in this game. Can't remember. I don't think so.
Hey guys.
Except for just a little while ago where he saved us with the RPG. But before that, he hasn't done a whole lot. Which is okay. He's older. He's earned our respect. He's earned a break. Anyway, to get across the gap here, you're going to have to push this beam. But unfortunately, this is another one of those annoying circumstances where you can't just do it. You have to wait for the game to catch up to you. So even though I know exactly what to do, I have to sit here and just twiddle my thumbs waiting for the game to catch up. Really annoying. Really, really annoying. But it's what you got to deal with. So all I'm doing here is I'm trying to get the character to do what I need him to do, because you need Sam's help. You need Sam's help to actually push this beam. So I'm trying to just mess around with different things so that Sam will start, what he needs to do. Because unfortunately, Sam's the one that comes. So you see here, Sam's looking over the edge, and then he's going to say, "Oh, hey, I got an idea." And so it's really annoying because I already know what to do, but I have to sit here and wait like 2 minutes for the characters to figure out what they need to do. So it's really annoying. And again, I'm trying to run around and get the characters into action, but they're just not doing what I need them to do. Until finally, oh, look at that. Sam finally has an idea, the idea that I've known about all along. So it's really annoying, but that's something you got to deal with in this game quite a bit. So no point in complaining about it this late in the game. Alright, anyway, with that thing in place, you can now jump the gap. Barely. And now that you're over here, you can use this little elevator thing to get them across. So go ahead and attach your rope. Let all three of them get on. And then you're going to go ahead and pull it so that they can cross the gap.
Well, this is some impressive engineering for a bunch of pirates.
This is nothing. You should have seen the. Whoa!
Alright, so here they go. Of course, nothing can ever go right. Sam had to miss his jump. So what you're going to do is you're going to jump and rope swing over to the elevator platform. Turn around, and you're going to want to crawl up. So Sam will actually help you with that. And now there's going to be a short little cutscene, and then a small piece of gameplay before the end of the video.
Jump off, quick! Nate.
Sam! Bitch. Sam, come on! Huh? Hey. Come on, just jump. I'll catch you. Let's go. No. No, don't you even think about it. You hear me?
I'm sorry I got you into this. All of you.
Hey, all that doesn't matter anymore, okay? Just jump.
I gotta see this thing through, Nathan.
Sam, hey, listen to me. If you do this, I'm not coming after you. You hear me?
I'm sorry.
Sam! Sam!
You called your bluff?
He's gonna get himself killed. Come on.
She's probably right.
Of course she is. Let's go.
Alright guys, so once again Sam has made us hate him. It's really annoying. I mean, obviously it's part of the story, but like I feel like Sam knows that Drake is going to come after him. So even though Sam's trying to be all noble and finish this himself, he knows Drake's going to go after him. And it's crazy. But anyway, go ahead and push this cart, and that will be the end for Chapter 20. So thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you get the chance. go ahead and just keep pushing the cart, and then you're going to have to go chasing after your brother. Chapter 21 is really easy. There's nothing to do. Chapter 22 is easy, and then we just have the epilogue, and then we'll be done with the game. So, once again, thanks, guys, and see you in the next video.
Got it.
All right.
See?
This isn't gonna hold.
Dang, go.
No, I got it.
God damn it. Now how the hell are we supposed to get up there?
We don't have enough time.
Nate? No, not by yourself.
I'll come right back, okay?
He is not gonna leave without a fight.
Yeah, well, then I'll fight him if I have to, but either way, I'm bringing him back. Just get the plane as close to the mountain as you can, and be ready for a quick getaway.
Like there's another kind?
It's not fair.
Huh?
Doing the dishes, we take turns. Don't even think about not coming back.
I love you.
Same to you, cowboy.